Welcome to week 2 of Advent. Do you remember what the word Advent means? It means arrival. So during Christmas, we are celebrating Jesus coming into the world and also looking forward to when Jesus is coming back again. So last week, we lit the first candle of our Advent wreath. Do you remember what that was? Hope. That's right. So we're going to light hope again this week. And since it's the second week of Advent, we get to light the second candle. Does anybody have any ideas what the second candle represents? Peace. Good job. So, there we go. So, listen to this verse in John 1, verse 9 and 10. Let's see where we are. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him. Who is this true light who was coming into the world? Jesus. Let's think about light for a moment. Light is super important. Without it, we couldn't do very much, could we? We wouldn't be able to play. We wouldn't be able to build things and play with our toys and build Legos. We wouldn't be able to read anything. We wouldn't be able to cook. Oi, could you imagine cooking without any light and trying to turn on the stove? That'd be pretty dangerous. And for that matter, plants couldn't even grow without light. So if plants can't grow, then we wouldn't even have any food to plant or food to cook. When we think about light, we realize that we really couldn't live without it. But you know what? Jesus is called the true light. Without him, we wouldn't even be here. Verse 10 says that the world was made through him. Wow, that is really exciting. In John 8:12, Jesus says, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So again, we see that Jesus is the light. What is the darkness that verse mentions? Sin. And that sin separates us from God. Remember, sin is anything we think, say, or do that God doesn't want us to think, say, or do. And that sin separates us from God. But God created a rescue plan for us. He loves us so much that he sent Jesus, the whole reason we celebrate Christmas, to come to earth and live a perfect life. Can you or I live a perfect life? I wish. I can't. So Jesus lived the life I wish to live. And when we believe in him, our sins are totally forgiven and we can live forever with Jesus. So here's an activity for you to try this week. To remind us of how important light is, I want you to go into a dark place and try to draw a picture without any light. Do you think you'll be able to create a very beautiful picture? Well, I sure couldn't. Would you like to see mine? I tried to draw a Christmas tree, and this was me coloring in the Christmas tree. And then, to remind us that Jesus is light, I tried to create a candle and color it in, and it looked like that, and this was my sun I tried to make. I couldn't even see what color markers I was using because it was so dark. So this reminds me how important light is. And how thankful I am that Jesus not only gives us light to see with, but more importantly, he is the true light and came into the world to save us. So let's bring this back to our Advent calendar. We lit the second candle for peace. What do you think about when you think about the opposite of peace? I think of war and loud noises and fighting and arguing and yelling and really just craziness. But Jesus is the opposite of all of that. He brings peace to our hearts. Now, does that mean that life is always going to be great and fun? No, but it does mean that even when life isn't great and fun, we can have peace that Jesus is in control, even when the world around us seems crazy. Okay, so last week we talked about how some people don't have clean water to drink. We showed you how yucky the drinking water could be. Remember this? I wouldn't want to drink that. So What do you think your life would look like if you had to get all of your water from the closest natural water source? What if you had to walk miles every day to get clean water? Would you have time to play with your friends or go to school? Now, hold on. I know some of you don't love school, but think about what a joy it is that you are able to read and you are able to think well. So going to school actually is a pretty big privilege. If you were to fill up a jug of water and have to carry it for miles, how tired would you be? I wouldn't even have the energy to play with friends even if I had the time to play with friends. So, in order to help people who live in places without clean water, we're going to be giving away money to an organization called Living Waters. And they help give the gift of clean water by digging wells for different villages. So, last week we talked about different things you could do to save up money to be able to give a gift to our year-end gift. Have you thought of any of those ways that you could earn money to share? You could do some extra chores. You could create something to sell, to share with people. And then on our Christmas Eve service, whatever the money is that you have been able to earn or save up, you can share with the church and give a gift to Jesus, a happy birthday gift. All right, well, I will see you all next week.